Hi, this is Claire from My Mature Student Life. This is a first in a series of videos where I'd like to talk about what it's like to return to university as a mature student. I'm not just a mature student, I'm also a mum to 3 girls. I've got an 8-year-old and 5-year-old twins. I'm married. I work part-time, which is another story that we'll get to. And I also I'm in the process of setting up a property investment business with my husband. I wanted to do these videos to answer some questions. A lot of people that I speak to look at me and say, how do you do it? How do you make that work? How have you done what you've done? And what's the point as well in going back to university? What's the point in today's market in 2016 of being a graduate? I want to answer some real practical questions as well, such as UCAS, student finance, what qualifications do I need to get in? What about personal statements? What about study skills? What about, am I actually ready to go to university? All of that stuff I want to answer. And one of my aims through these videos is to really inspire people. I spent over 10 years working in education, which was fantastic because I am a person that wanted to change lives. That's what I'm about. But I saw women in that industry who had given up so much for their families, and they settled. I watched them settle, and I've watched people settle my whole life, and I'm not one of them people. I am not a settler. As anybody who knows me will tell you, that I am always making plans and setting myself goals and wanting to achieve something next. So I wanted to be able to inspire people to say, do you know what, it is possible. It is possible to change your life if you want to change your life. And I won't lie, I'll be really brutally honest because that's who I am. Because it's not for everybody. Not everybody can do what you're about to do and what I've done, but it is possible. So let's talk about them things. Let's talk about the real nitty gritty. Let's talk about what it's like to give up your salary so that you can do what you're about to do. What it's like to think about the long-term goal and really keep that in mind when you're watching your children not be able to have things that everybody else has got, because you know that what you're doing is the right thing for their future. But let's talk about what that feels like. Let's talk about what it's like to go and work part-time in something you don't really want to do just because you need to do it because you need to study again for that long-term goal. Let's talk about goal setting. Let's talk about setting plans for your future. How do you make it work? All that kind of stuff. Hopefully I'll inspire you. Ask me a lot of questions. I'll hope to answer everything that I can only answer from my perspective, but I hope I can answer. Let's go on this journey together. Let's be inspired and let's change our lives. Enjoy.